Hello, everybody. Welcome to Joking Podcast, episode 5. It feels good to be on episode 5. We finally got a pretty cool schedule going so that we can be a little bit more consistent with the podcast episodes. We've recently been having a lot of fun doing this, and I think it's going to only get more and more fun. Thank you to my beautiful co-ho for being here. My beautiful wife, Ashleigh. She's really been helping me out. With the Q&As and just kind of having stuff prepared for so we can clap for her. And today, or actually this past week, we started talking a little bit more about what people have been wanting to hear in the podcast, and also just a couple of more things. We basically wanted to add certain types of podcasts within the podcast, or certain shows within the podcast. So the one that we've been doing is JOEKING Podcast Q&A. And just this past week, we came up with a few more ideas to do two more like two other kinds of segments besides just a Q&A. And then on the last podcast we did like a little video in there and basically had like my response to the video. We're going to continue to do that, but we're going to do it outside of Q&A, and we're going to start a segment called Joe versus the Internet, where we look up shit on the internet and respond to it. Okay. And then the other one is going to be Joking Podcast Gym Talk, right? We're super heavily involved in gym. We're gym owners. We have a gym apparel brand. And a lot of our followers have started following us on Instagram because of our fitness content and transformations and all that stuff, right? So we want to throw that in there. It's cool. It's going to be Gym Talk, gym spelled with a J for Joe. So today we are doing
Gym Talks.
Gym Talk. Cool. I'm stoked for it. And speaking of Gym Talk, you have lost 10 pounds.
I've lost 10 pounds.
Woohoo!
Whee!
I'm not sure. I don't think we talked about that last time, right? You losing 10 pounds on here?
We didn't. No, we didn't. We talked about my current weight, which was 174, which I was down 6 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm 172.
Ooh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't been that low in a while, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Why do you, in all honesty, why do you think that is?
Man.
I know we did the Daniel fast.
Yeah.
But why do you think that you've been able to drop this weight recently? Because you've been trying to do that for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we kept messing with your calories and all these things.
Man, I guess just me taking away those extra bites, those BLTs.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You want to explain what a BLT is?
Yeah, bites, licks, and tastes that aren't actually a part of your meal, right? Like, so for example, she'll have a BLT, like if she's cooking for the kids, let's say she's making homemade pizzas, and she'll have a pepperoni or two.
Or test it for poison when it's done.
Yeah, testing it for poison, quote unquote.
Or if I'm seasoning ground beef, I have to taste it.
Yeah, she tastes it, or
not no more. It's
taxing the kids for their fries,
yes.
Having a sip of a root beer or Dr. Pepper here and there, or whatever, and then not logging it because it's such a small amount, right? But the small amounts add up in calories. So you feel like you've been having less of those?
Yep.
Okay.
Less of those, the fasting, of course, too. And just, man, I guess I was just tired. I started my actual cut the end of September is when I started my actual cut. Mm-hmm. So, man, I just kind of wasn't being honest with myself.
Okay.
You know? My grandma had passed away September, October, the very end of September.
Okay.
Actually, beginning of October. It was a few days after. It was the next day after our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. So right. October 1st. But I guess just with stuff going on, I was slacking, being a slacker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's really no excuse, but, you know.
Yeah. Your grandma passed away the day after our wedding anniversary?
Mm-hmm. Yep. October 1st.
So that means she passed away the day after the car ran into our building?
Yeah. So that day was a Tuesday whenever the car ran into our building. And then she passed away on Wednesday.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was the very next day.
Talk about two things back to back. I didn't remember it being like that until right now you said that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not that I was just eating my feelings away. I wasn't tracking. I kind of, like, some days I would, right? Some days I wouldn't, or I would halfway track throughout the day. And then
talking about tracking food, just so you guys know.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal. I'll go halfway in it, and it's like, man. So I guess technically I wasn't overeating. I wasn't binging, eating my feelings out. It kind of was like, man, I wouldn't eat all day, super busy, trying to keep my mind off things.
Yeah.
And then when I would eat, like, let's just say it was 5 or 6, I was eating something higher calorie.
Okay.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think during those times you don't really want to eat, but you choose stuff that's kind of heavier.
Yeah.
And
you kind of just knock back shit that's like kind of easy to eat, fast food, whatever. Even though you're not eating a lot, you're eating more calorically dense foods.
And those are easier to eat, really.
Way easier.
I'm like, dude, I don't even feel like eating. But then if I have this, it's like, oh, these calories add up. So I was just maintaining, really.
Right.
High 170s,
okay,
low 180s someday, depending on my body. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a lot more difficult for women to take control of their weight, you know, like there's a lot more that goes into it. I've come to find out with Ashleigh, like I'm kind of like her main, or really now her only coach, like helping her get through, you know, setting up her calories, protein intake, and energy expenditure, you know, in the gym, and like kind of just making sure she's able to recover while also getting super badass workouts, you know. All that stuff is important, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the actual meat and potatoes, and let's do some gym talk. What do you have for me?
So I thought it would first of all be cool for you to watch your transformation.
You want me to watch my transformation? Yeah. Okay.
It's right here just to refresh your memory for the questions I'm going to ask.
265 to 180, back to 265. That's fucking tight. Yeah. All right.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just go over your transformation. You know?
Okay.
Because it's interesting because it's like you go from 265 whenever you were fluffy, right? No muscle.
Wasn't working out anything.
Down to 180. Even I think at one point you were like 170s, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Picture here. Of before and after.
Yeah, this is what I looked like whenever I was super tiny. I had fat boy syndrome. I think the lowest I ever got was like 170, between 170 and 175, which is fucking, I mean, for some people that's normal, but for me, in hindsight, that's fucking small. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think at the time I was in the 150s and you were in the 170s when we went on our first date. And it's like, now that we think about it, we're so, like, you're over 100 pounds over me.
Yeah.
And you've been that way, but like, let alone 20, like, that was such a difference.
Yeah.
And then it's quite interesting because after you lost 175, then maybe the next year you decided to bulk up to 306 was your highest weight. Yeah.
So what she's saying is that when we first met, I only outweighed her by 20 pounds. Now I outweigh her by a whole 100 pounds. And so, yeah. So, okay, I was 265 first. I started a diet called keto. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if nowadays some people haven't heard of keto because the fad kind of died out. The trend kind of died out. But keto always sounded really cool to me because it's like, oh yeah, you just cut out all carbs and then you just eat. You can eat steak, you can eat eggs, cheese. You can eat the insides of a burger. And I was like, bet, fuck yeah, that's all my favorite shit anyway, you know? This was exactly 1 year after my mom died on the day. I don't know why it landed like that, but it just kind of did. I don't remember if I planned it or not, but I started keto on the day my mom died, or the 1 year anniversary after my mom's passing, right? And I was 265 pounds, just fat, not working out. Okay. And actually, you know, what really, I remember this. What made me decide to start losing weight and kind of getting my shit together was one day I was at Jack in the Box. I was still living at Pete's house, right? Because my house had burned down in 2017 and I had to go live with my cousin. He had a spare room. Shout out to Pete for taking me in when I had nowhere to go. But I was sleeping on a spare mattress in a spare room that he had. And I went to go pick up some Jack in the Box. And I was in the drive-thru. And I got my food and I start to drive away. Right whenever I started to drive away, this dude started walking across the pedestrian, like the little sidewalk thing to get to his car. This dude was probably my height, around 5'10", but probably like 450 pounds. Big, fat, sloppy, hair all fucked up, dirty gray sweatpants, had on some Crocs with some socks, big baggy red shirt, and his like he was walking out of Jack in the Box and his stomach was hanging out the bottom of his shirt. And it grossed me the fuck out. And I heard a little voice inside me that said, "That's where you're headed." And I was like, "Oh shit. Like that's you." Mm-hmm. And I was like, no way. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to end up like that. You know? So that's what made me decide to start the journey. Mm-hmm. And I remember I started on exactly a year after my mom passed.
So whenever you were doing keto and you started, doing that, were you also tracking your food and you had already started at the gym?
No, I wasn't tracking food. I actually didn't even hit the gym for like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
I was just doing keto.
Yeah.
Now, if I can go back and do things differently, I totally would. Like, I would question. Not fucking do keto.
Yeah.
I wasn't working out. I just wanted to lose weight. Mm-hmm. I didn't give a fuck about having muscle. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to lose weight. So, and I think I lost like 30 pounds. Mm-hmm. I got all the way down to like 230, 235. And the weight was falling off of me.
You said you had big bowls of salad, right? Like huge mixing bowls
huge.
Filled with salad.
Yeah. And I would just put like fucking hamburger meat in there with some bacon and some cheese, and I would just kill that shit. Or I would literally go to Wendy's and get a Baconator and just tell them, "Hey, no bun." Mm-hmm. Or I'd just take the bun off myself. Steaks, eggs. And I couldn't believe, I didn't know the science behind it then. Mm-hmm. Now I do. So I was just eating way less calories because I completely took out carbs. And also you get way more satiated way faster with nothing but, meaty, heavy, dense foods like that. So you get fuller faster, Mm-hmm. So you feel like you're eating a shitload, but really you're not. You're not eating that much. And then none of it is carbs either. Correct. Because a lot of people in that time demonized carbs because like, I take out carbs, I'm going to start losing weight. That means they're bad for you. And it's like, no, that's not the case, dude. Yeah. It's not the case. It's either you're in a calorie deficit or you're not. And that put me in a huge calorie deficit. But I wish I could go back in time because if I could go back in time, I would not try to lose a fucking pound. Like if I know then what I knew now, I wouldn't try to lose a fucking pound. I would definitely not cut out carbs, and I would just try to keep that weight and just fucking start crushing the weights, like in the gym. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions too.
Yeah.
Like, what would you have done differently? So that's the mistake you made.
Yeah, in my head, it's a mistake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my goals since then have changed. If I would have started back then packing on muscle and trying to maintain that weight, man, I'd be way more fucking big now. I wasted probably like 3 to 4 years of chasing skinny, and that's like crazy. Yeah. Just chasing skinny, and I worked out hard. I did. I've always worked out. I've always been the kind of person to work out, push myself hard. Once I actually started, obviously I didn't push myself hard before that because I was a fat fucking lazy slob. But after I started, I'm like, all right, man, we're going to do this. We're going to fucking do this. So I did it. And people have since then that started with me or jumped on with me, they all fallen off and stopped and just gained all their weight back and just fucked it all off. And I'm still doing it. I'm just doing it a different way now. I'm not doing keto anymore. But yeah, man, if I can go back in time and just maintain the weight and just get fucking big as fuck and stay big as fuck, I totally would do that, man. I left so many gains on the table by not eating as much, or how do they say it? By not eating more than what I did and just only chasing skinny. I couldn't put on fucking muscle,
Yeah, completely.
So that's one thing that led me to do this crazy bulk. So my first transformation was from 265, went all the way down to
175.
175, yeah. Yeah. And I kind of got sick and tired of being small, not packing on any muscle. My goals changed, basically. So
you went from 175 to 306 pounds.
306 pounds. And yes.
So you decided to start bulking. You went on a 2-year bulk.
Yes.
Can you explain to us like why what you ate, how all of that worked out?
Okay. I love talking about this. I love it.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest. And dude, you killed it.
It's crazy because you would think that somebody's weight loss transformation would be more impressive. And it is impressive. What I was able to do, the weight loss that I had, it was impressive. You know, we'll throw up the picture of me being fat right here, and then a picture of me being skinny right here. That's impressive. But come to find out, more people are more impressed with the muscle gain and the bulk and the amount of weight that I gained. They're way more impressed with that. And they're like, holy shit. Like that first transformation's cool, but this one, holy shit, dude.
Respect.
You really did that.
And during that time of you bulking up to that, some people would be like, you're crazy, or like they wouldn't believe it, or they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, you're eating that much panda, like kudos to you, tight. And then whenever they saw your transformation, they were like, holy crap, you actually did that. They're
like, oh shit. Yeah, because a lot of people didn't see where I came from. They met me along the way or just didn't see what I looked like before. Right. And it's like, okay, cool. You eat, like I would show off what I'm eating a lot because I'm in a bulk. I'm going to show what I'm doing and how I'm getting there, like on social media or whatever, and on YouTube. And actually some of those videos are on my older YouTube videos. If you want to go back and watch, I was documenting my workouts a lot more around that time, and I am going to get back to doing that. It's just it's going to take a little bit of time. So I would like to add, my workouts and my food, I guess like vlogging it. I'm going to start doing that again. I just got to figure out an efficient way for me to do it, being that we run 3 businesses and I'm married to your fine ass and have 3 kids. So
pretty much what I was talking about was the people who didn't take you serious. They were questioning you like, bro, okay, like I think what you're doing sounds crazy, but good luck.
Yeah.
And those are the same people who were like, holy crap.
Yeah,
it actually worked.
It was hard for them to, it was hard for people to take me seriously whenever I told them what I was doing. It's like, okay, bro, but so let me elaborate a little bit on what I was doing. So first of all, like I said, I was tired of not having any muscle. I was tired of not being strong. I could barely put up 225 on bench, barely. And it was like the worst looking fucking bench ever. And so I was tired of being weak. I was tired of being skinny. I was so tired of losing so much weight, still not having any abs, none. I have more abs now at 265, 270 than I did at 170. Believe it or not, I have more abs now. Okay. So I just got sick and tired of it, man. I got sick and tired of doing fucking an hour and a half of cardio, fucking doing 2-hour long workouts and just being this skinny ass bitch. I just got fucking tired of it, dude. And all of a sudden I was like, man, I want to get fucking big. Fuck this, fucking beach body shit. I don't want a beach boy body. I don't want, these crazy, I don't want to be 180 or 170 pounds, just to be able to have some abs. I don't want to have that look. Fuck that. And that's what I was chasing at first, to be like a nice, slender, fucking pretty body guy. Almost like pretty boy vibes, right? Which is tight. If that's what you are, that's fucking cool. I'm not downing you, but that's not what I wanted for me. And so, I was like, I'm going to go on a 2-year bulk. And I did.
Extreme.
I was like, fuck this. And dude, after a certain amount of time, I ate it was almost 5,000 calories a day for almost the entire time. Right. But I think it was a minimum of like 4,750 calories exactly. That number's like burned into my mind because I was seeing that number every day, trying to hit 250 grams of protein every day. And, it was fucking tough. It was hard. And, also in that time, I was toying with the idea of, jumping on testosterone, and I brought it to Ashleigh over and over and over, like just weighing out pros and cons and all this stuff. And, for like a year, probably, right?
To maximize your bulk. Yeah.
Yeah. A year. And Ashleigh, one day she looked at me and she goes, look, you're either about it or you're not, babe. She's like, are you about it? And I was like, yeah, I'm about it. So I jumped on some tests and, threw in some Anavar, and that's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Right. So anyways, I started packing on, just dude, when you're eating that much, it's fucking, you're going to get strong. I got strong as fuck. And I put on a shit ton of muscle.
The next week you were already benching like. Yeah.
The next week I was already I put up like fucking so much. I don't even remember how much, but I was hitting my old PRs for fucking reps, dude, just because. And I'm like, man, this is what I was missing, dude. Like, obviously the tests and Anavar help a lot. The steroids, they help. But man, just me. So before I jumped on, I was just bulking, and I already was putting up higher numbers. I was already getting way stronger. I felt better. I felt like I had some life in me. And then I got to a point where I got so heavy and so big, I felt lifeless because I had to get through this. I had to get through this like almost like an ugly stage of the bulk to where I just looked like I was getting fat. I felt like shit. Man, I couldn't go anywhere without getting winded. I was sweating all the time. Dude. Burping all the time, bloated all the time.
Getting out of bed was hard.
Yeah.
Your sleep, you're snoring.
Yeah. It was crazy.
But people would still compliment. They'd be like, dude, you're 300 pounds and you got your traps, your shoulders, your back. You were so defined already.
Yeah.
And they were like, holy crap. That was impressive.
Yeah, for sure. So I was fucking miserable probably for like a year of that bulk. Like the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches weren't fun anymore. The ice cream protein shakes weren't fun anymore. The chocolate milk wasn't fun anymore. Chugging fucking olive oil mixed with chocolate milk so I can get in my calories. I would keep a half gallon of Fairlife on my nightstand, chocolate milk, so that I can reach my calories. And I told myself, every time you wake up at night to go use a restroom or go pee or turn over, you grab that fucking thing and you chug it as much as you can, close it back up, go back to sleep. If you wake up again, do it again. And that's what I did. So I could get in my calories. And it was fucking gnarly. Yes. And I did that for a long time. Had I not done that, I would not be where I am today, and I would not be headed where I'm headed today. Because watch, dude, in the next year, we're in 2026 right now. I think today's February 1st. Watch, over the course of the next year, I'm gonna start to slowly slim down, and we're gonna be able to see what I built. Right, that's the plan right now. But
you're psychotic, because there was so many times where I'd be like, he'd be so miserable, especially like half. Let's say 18 months into your 2-year bulk, right? You still had 6 more months left. I'd be like, baby, take a week off, take a break. And you were so relentless, you would not listen. Yeah. I'd be like, it's okay, just take a quick diet break, maintain for a little while. And even though he was dying and he hated it, he really did. Y'all imagine that. If you bodybuild, you know if you're a dude eating so many calories, or even a chick. I learned how hard that is.
Yeah, because my wife is very, very, she loves me. She wants me to be comfortable. She wants me to be taken care of. She saw how hard it was on me. So she was like, it's okay, baby. Like, take a break. You put on this much weight. And I'm like, literally, like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to do it. I set out to do this. I'm going to do this shit. And honestly, I don't even know why I was so determined, but I was determined and I kept on.
You're like that in life with whatever. You open in the gym, he goes all in and he won't stop. I'm going to take in a wife and 3 kids. He is no excuse my language, half-assed dad.
I'm not
He's 100% in.
Yeah.
Like with everything you do, that's just how you are. Yeah. And it's tight.
Same thing with tattoos. I couldn't just get tattooed. I had to become a tattooer and open my own shop. You know, like I have been an extremist, you know, same thing with, and I've always taken it to a place where people don't agree with. They just think it's too much. Like, oh dude, it's cool that you're getting tattooed, but wait, now you're getting face tattoos? Wait, now your whole throat's tattooed? Oh, it's cool. You got some little plugs. Oh shit, you're going to go that big? It's like just crazy to them. Right. And, same thing that happened with everything.
If you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna give an offering to the church. It's not gonna be 100. It's not gonna be 200. It's gonna be 10 grand. Multiple.
Yeah, I've given 10, and I don't mean this to fucking gloat or fucking boast or whatever. But if you think I'm doing that, then I don't give a fuck.
I mean, common sense.
I've given to the church a few times $10,000 seats because I fucking wanted to, and one of the times I didn't want to. I felt led by the Lord, and eventually I felt like I wanted to. You know, like I aligned my heart with what God wanted for me. And I did that. And no fucking pastor asked me for it. I did this on my own, fuckers. So before y'all start talking shit and hating on churches and stuff, just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Because I am saying you are extreme. You ain't gonna give no $1, $10.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be 10 G's.
Yeah. You gotta find a way to make shit happen.
Yeah.
And I've done that multiple times. This one time, starting on January 14th, I forgot what year it was, maybe 2021. The Lord spoke to me. He said, give $20,000 to this church. I said, where the fuck am I going to get out and have that money? And he's like, oh, you got it. Give $20,000 to church. And I was like, okay, find a way to do it. So I started on that day giving $57 a day to the church every single fucking day. And at the end of the year, it added up to $20,000. And I'm super proud that I was able to do that. Right. And I just did that. I had that determination with this bulk that I did. I was like, nope, I'm going to fucking do this. I set out to do this. I'm going to do it. And I got over 300 pounds. People think I'm fucking crazy for it. It's like, dude, okay, this is getting out of hand. You're over 300 pounds now. You're eating donuts left and right. Like, I'm worried about you. You're getting big. You're getting real big. You know, I would hear people say it. Even in church, I would walk into the church and I would hear, like, whenever I was on the worship team, I've heard them. It's like, damn, he's big. And I heard them, you know, like, damn, he's huge. I remember who it was, dude. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm huge, bitch. You know, like, not calling her a bitch, but I'm just saying, like, in my mind, fuck yeah, I'm big, bitch, you know? And I love that. Anytime I went to a commercial gym, random dudes, man, one time I was walking in a Club Fitness, great gym, by the way, Club Fitness with the K. They fucking, I was walking into the gym, still in the parking lot. Some dude rolled up in his truck who was leaving the gym. He's like, hey, bro, yo. And I was like, what's up, dude? What's up, man? At first I was like, yo, what the fuck? What's up, bitch? But then I saw his demeanor. It wasn't like fighting or talking shit. He was like, bro, you're fucking huge. He goes, man, this gym thing, like you got it. You got it, bro. You got it. And I was like, man, it made my day. I was like, dude, thank you so much. And even every time I went back to visit club or, I've gone to whatever commercial gym, motherfuckers always tell me, dude, you're fucking huge. Even people who haven't seen me in a while, even now me being smaller, they'll walk into our gym to come visit. Like one of my friends, Dennis, he came in, first thing he said, he would say hi. He was like, dude, you're fucking big, And I'm super fucking proud of that, but I couldn't have got that without going through this crazy ass 2-year bulk, eating in my fucking sleep, could barely turn over, and sticking to it, putting olive oil in our protein shakes, putting 300 fucking grams of peanut butter in my shakes,
180 grams of cheese,
180 grams, dude,
which is like 10 servings.
Yeah, I would literally knock out a whole bag of shredded cheese in one sitting.
Yeah, one sitting,
literally. And people would ask me, dude, how the fuck did you get so big? How'd you get so big? Man, I want to get big like that. I want to get big like you. And I've done it several times, and it's happened several times to where I start explaining to these dudes what I did, and you see the confidence leave their face. You see the confidence leave their body.
Yeah.
Because they're like, fuck. They know that that's not what they're willing to do.
I'm not willing.
And a lot of people, what they want to do, and I know people personally who are like this, they start feeling small or they feel like they're not big enough. And you know what they do? They pin more steroids.
Yeah.
They pin more steroids. They just think that they need to up their dose. And these motherfuckers are taking more steroids than I am. And I'm way bigger than them. The problem is they're not disciplined in eating. They don't want to eat. They're like, bro, I eat. No, you fucking don't. This is why you're not gaining weight. You think you're eating because you're eating till you get full. You have to eat past you getting full and then eat some more and get full again and then get even fuller again. You have to eat like a fucking animal. Like, dude, some of you motherfuckers, my wife eats more than you. Literally. They'll tell me how many calories they're taking in, if they're even counting their calories. And I'm like, dude, my wife eats more than you.
Especially while I was bulking.
Yeah. My wife's heavier than you, bro. Like, what the fuck? My wife's, she's little, like I said, I outweigh my wife by 100 fucking pounds. Literally.
I'm 5'1".
Yeah, dude. So I'm just like, dude, you're literally eating like a woman. And they're like, fuck, bro. And I don't say it disrespectfully. I shoot it straight to them. But they think the answer is more steroids. Let me up my test. Let me get on more Anadrol. And Anadrol is great.
Young.
And they're fucking 20s. Young as fuck. They start pinning trend, all this shit. But dude, take it from me. Fucking eat. Eat. You've got to fucking eat more. You need to eat more. If you want to get big, steroids, of course, they're going to help you out. But it's not going to do nowhere near as much for you as it would if you fucking eat. I'm talking about eat, dog. Eat. Not no fucking 2,000 calories. That ain't shit.
Do that in a sitting.
Yeah, dude. You literally do that in a fucking sitting. Is it hard? Yes. It's not supposed to be easy. You want to get big and fucking jacked and put on some muscle and have motherfuckers like being like, oh shit, that motherfucker's big. Dude, it takes work. You have to earn that shit.
Even when people ask you about starting steroids, starting testosterone, you tell them, don't.
Yeah.
Start eating.
First of all, do you track your macros?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Like, dude, you can't even track your macros and you want to jump on steroids. You don't have the discipline. Like, you got to develop the discipline first to be able to even earn the right to fucking start fucking around with steroids. I mean, at the end of the day, do whatever the fuck you want, but you're not going to get the results that you say you want if you can't eat, dude. You got to be able to fucking eat. If you don't have any discipline, you just want to take shortcuts and jump on fucking 500 grams of test, 50 Anadrol, fucking Winstrol, and all this other shit, all these drugs. And they do help. They help a lot. There's a lot of, there's pros to taking steroids. There's also a lot of cons as well, right? And if you're going to fucking endure those cons, you may as well take it all the way to the bank and try to capitalize on basically take advantage of the advantage that you have by eating. Fucking eat. So you can literally pack on twice as much muscle if you just fucking eat right. But y'all are too fucking lazy. So anyways, the 2-year bulk is one of the things that I'm most proud of. I'm extremely proud to be able to say that I pushed myself that hard to be able to pack on this muscle. And I get compliments all the time. I know I'm not this big fucking 280 pound dude with abs, solid fucking Olympian motherfucker. I know I'm not that, but I look good and I've done great, and I'm 270 pounds and I'm starting to have some abs poke through, and that's fucking hard. Again, it's not like, I got some jiggle too, you know what I'm saying? I got some side titty going on, but if I'm able to be 270 pounds and I'm starting to see like some abs poking through, dude, that's fucking awesome for me. It's really awesome because my goal whenever I started the bulk was probably be like 220 pounds with abs. And then a while after that, I was like, man, I want to be 250 pounds with abs. Not crazy fucking shredded, diced up, but I just want to see some abs going on at 250. And I think that once I drop another 20 pounds, I'll be able to see a little bit more abs going on. And that's my goal. So it's been fun. But it was fucking hard. Mm-hmm. Hard as fuck. Way harder than cutting. Mm-hmm. Way harder, dude.
Mm-hmm. Even I know someone who did inspire you along the way, who blew up, Sam.
Oh, Sam Sulik.
Yeah, Sam Sulik. And that kind of helped you a little bit.
Man.
He was eating ramen, chocolate milks too. He gave you some inspiration and helped you like push that extra, like that last year. You saw him eating all his ramen and this, and he was also bulking and doing the whatever it takes.
Right, dude. Yes. So Sam Sulik came out. Motherfucker looks great. So obviously Sam Sulik has way more credibility than me because of how he looks, right? Phenomenal. But one thing that Sam Sulik really got known for was how he ate. Eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch, eating a bunch of chocolate milk, drinking 2 liters of Sprite before his workout, dozen donuts, all that shit. And he breaks it down like the way I've been breaking shit down. And then everybody wants to listen to Sam, but I get it because Sam has the look. He has the credibility, right? I don't. Mm-hmm. And I've been the same shit that Sam was saying. I've been saying that for so long. I've been trying to tell y'all, oh, but we can't eat that. I'm like, yes, you can, bitch. If you want to put on weight and you struggle eating, you struggle holding food down, why the fuck are you going to get super, super low calorie stuff? Mm-hmm. It's going to be 10 times fucking harder for you to reach your calories. Mm-hmm. Your body doesn't understand the difference of like good carbs and bad carbs. It just knows calories. It just knows carbs, mm-hmm. right? Your body's not gonna be like, oh, well, these are healthy fats. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't know that shit, mm-hmm. dude. It's just gonna fucking do its thing. It's calories in, calories out. Mm-hmm. And I tried to tell people that. I tried, and nobody listened to me. And then they wonder why they're fucking small. I'm like, dude, you're asking me because I'm fucking big as fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to tell you, but you won't listen. And then Sam comes out and it inspired me so much to help me know that I'm on the right track and that I had the right knowledge in my head because he was saying all the same shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm on the right track. And it really inspired me to keep going. And it motivated me because I knew, again, I knew I was on the right track.
I think it's kind of like you know it and you hear it, but you're like, oh, but for me, it's different. Because you would try to tell me for how long. And it wasn't until for me, like Coach Leroy from Dallas, shout out to you, Leroy Rock. He was like, you need to eat. That's your problem. Yes. And I was like, my husband's been telling me this whole time. And I guess because he's training all these girls, he was like, you need to eat. There's nothing. How are you going to build anything under that?
Yes.
He said, you're not gonna build crap. You need to eat.
I was like, glory, hallelujah. Yeah. Because I was
scared. I'm like, I understand that, baby, but that's not for me. That, like, I get it. It makes sense. But for other girls.
Yeah, that works for you, but it doesn't work for me.
What do you expect?
Yeah, so Leroy, again, shout out to Leroy. He came up and he trains a lot of girls. He trains a lot of the G brand girls. Actually, a lot of the G brand girls in Dallas are G brand girls because Leroy connected us, right? So shout out to you, dude. We appreciate you. We love you. But here comes Leroy, and he offers to coach Ashleigh. Mm-hmm. Very generous. Mm-hmm. And he starts telling her all the same shit that I was telling her.
All of it. And I'm like, baby, you won't believe it. He's like, I know.
I know.
I know that you know. And now that I know, like, what the heck?
Yeah. Sometimes, between husband and wife, it just takes somebody else on the outside who has helped women build and build and build and build. It takes that person to come in and tell your spouse, hey, hey, they're right, blah, 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 blah.
I would try. And when I would see the scale, I believed you. I knew it. But again, for me, fat girl syndrome, right? It was hard. Okay. So it was like, I gained like 5 pounds and be like, bro, I can't eat all that food.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking, it is tough. It is tough seeing the scale go up, especially for girls. But you have to understand that the goal is to build muscle. I had to get through the ugly stage too. I was starting to get fat, dude. Whenever I was bulking, I just felt fat. I felt sloppy. I felt like shit, but I got through it. I got on the other side of it and it was great. And I wouldn't change a fucking thing about it. I don't regret it at all. Right. But you have to be able, this is why so many people say, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. They're not just saying trust the process because it's the cool thing to say. It's real. Trust the process is real. You got to stay on track. You got to keep doing your shit and just trust that, hey, this is what it takes, And yeah, so Leroy came along and started telling her a lot of the same things that I was telling her. And she was like, Daddy, you were right. And I was like, well, good. I'm glad. And then Ashleigh really started packing on some quality muscle because she pushed herself to eat. I'm talking about before I even fucking woke up, she had a bagel and eggs in her hands, crushing the food, eating a fuckload.
Mid-workout, I'd go and eat some of my lunch already because I was like, I hated it. I didn't like it. I didn't like eating.
Yeah, eating it's hard. It's fucking hard.
So mid-set, I go to the tat shop, and if the food was really hot, I couldn't just scarf it down, so I would wait for it just to be cool, really. And then once it's room temperature, nice and cool, I just start eating some of my meal, and then get back to my workout, and then be on the stairs and try to eat some more. Right. And people just loved. They were like, "Dude, you're changing," and it was working.
Yes, it was fucking working because you're actually giving your body what it needs to fucking build the muscle. This is why whenever I was chasing skinny or whenever I was 100-some pounds, I was like, "Man, I'm working out, and I'm not getting any fucking muscle. What the fuck?" You know, it's because I wasn't eating. I was scared to bulk. I remember one time during that time, I got back up to 200 pounds without really trying to. I just did because I pack on weight easy, very easy. At first, I used to hate that about myself. In high school, I used to hate that I was bigger than my friends. I used to hate it because they were all skinny, you know, whatever, like emo kids, fucking skinny, wearing these little tight band shirts and stuff. And I was over here a little taller than everybody else with a big back and and a big chest, and it made me look fat, and I hated it back then. Now I fucking love that I'm bigger than my friends. I love it, dude, and I can get bigger than them easy, snap of a finger. I love that about myself. Like I think they call them a hard gainer. I gain very easily, and I fucking love it. You know, so I was confused of why I wasn't putting on any muscle. And I just decided to fucking jump the gun and went on that bulk, right? Same thing happened with Ashleigh. This is why we're talking about this. She also was, fat girl syndrome. She was very overweight. What was your top weight, baby?
248 pounds. That was documented.
Okay. Documented. Yeah. But you feel like you were bigger than that
before? For sure. Okay. That was, after I had Jonah, I had gestational diabetes. I was huge. And at the end, I was like, once I was like in the 240s at the doctor's appointments, that was whenever I was like 30 weeks pregnant. I piled on way more. But after like 2 weeks after I had Jonah, I was 248 pounds. I was like, man, I got to do something. Yeah. So here goes my picture whenever I was like, dude, 248 pounds, like it's right here.
Boom. There's the proof.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is enough. Like I have to figure this out. I couldn't even wear, like I was a size 22, but I would just find clothes that were like not sizes with women. If you understand, you'll know if you can go in the plus size section, they'll have 1X, 2X, 3X. Yeah. I would just do like a 2X. I wouldn't even do the numbers because it was just way easier just getting those pants that don't even got a button on them. They're have the drawstring,
elastic, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I was like, man, this is just ridiculous. At this point, I don't have to be like a size 24 or 26, dude. It was just crazy.
Right. So that's why whenever I would tell Ashleigh, eat. She had fat girl syndrome. She didn't want to eat. She saw the scale go up 2 pounds and starts freaking the fuck out, but now she's nowhere. Ashleigh also thrives better in a cut. She thrives better. She enjoys weighing out the food. She enjoys the healthier option. She just likes that. She likes that type. She thrives in it. I thrive more in a bulk because I like to fucking eat. I'm a man. I like to fucking eat. Right. Right now, actually specifically in this time, I don't want to bulk. I'm glad that it's time to maintain or gain and then eventually start losing over the course of the year. So Ashleigh thrives in a cut more than me. So, but yeah, she had fat girl syndrome, and she finally decided, okay, this is what it takes to build some muscle. This is what my husband's been saying. This is what this Leroy's saying. So now let's do it. And she did it, and she started getting strong as fuck and started fucking eating hard and working out hard. Eating hard and working out hard. You can't just work out hard. That's good. But if you're not eating hard, you're not going to build anything. And vice versa. If you're eating hard and not working out enough, you're just going to get fat as fuck. And you're probably going to start building bad momentum, and you're probably going to fall off, right? And be discouraged. Okay.
So all that was great. Super interesting.
Yeah.
And crazy. So if we move on to the actual working out, the train, like you said, you have to train with intensity, you have to be consistent, all that. So if we take ourselves back to beginners, like for instance, our members, what advice would you give them, like when it comes to even going to the gym? Like, let's just say they have other food down, but they still have like that gym intimidation and all that, because like we said, the food and actually training matters.
Yeah. So you're talking about people who are intimidated by the gym.
They're like, man, I know, because that was me. Yeah. I didn't start to the gym till, man, at least 12 or 13 months after. I was already down 80 pounds till I even got a gym membership.
Yeah. You were down 80 pounds before you got a gym membership? That's crazy. Yeah. I was down a lot of weight too before I started working out. I didn't go straight to the gym, but I started working out in Pete's garage.
I was embarrassed to be seen in the gym being so heavy.
Yeah. Man, dude. So this is where I can get a little harsh. Ask yourself, when you're on your deathbed, do you want to look back at your life and say, I never fucking tried. I never even stepped foot into the gym because of what other people might think? You want to stay unhealthy, you want to stay overweight or underweight, and you're going to leave shit on the table. You're going to leave your gains on the table. You're going to leave your health on the table because of people you don't even fucking know. Mm-hmm. You're probably not even going to talk to them. Mm-hmm. They probably won't remember you. They probably actually aren't talking about you. You're just in your fucking head about it. And I'm here to tell you that it's not worth it. It's hard to get up and go to the gym when you feel insecure. It's hard, but it's not supposed to be easy. I fucking tell this shit to you guys all the time, and I tell this to people all the time. People just want shit to be easy. You have to you have to earn the fucking right to feel good about yourself. You have to earn the right to feel confident. You have to earn the right to not feel insecure anymore. How am I going to do that? Get the fuck over it and go. That's how you earn that shit. It's not just, you're not just going to randomly all of a sudden feel good about going. You're just, you're not going to all of a sudden just not feel insecure. And that feeling's, it's not just going to go away randomly and you're waiting for that, but it's not going to happen. You just got to jump in, right? And then eventually, and even it might not even fall off, you know, I think that you'll feel less and less secure, but I still feel insecure sometimes. Like, it takes a lot, but I still do, you know, but that does not stop me from doing the things I got to do. Like throwing events here at the gym. I get scared. What if nobody shows up? What if nobody's going to fucking, is this a stupid idea? All this and that. I get fucking scared and nervous as fuck. Mm-hmm. And we have had some fails and it sucks, but I'm not going to let that stop me from trying again. And you know, so on and so forth. You can put this in so many other things rather than just going to the gym. You don't want to start that business because what other people might think. People might laugh at you. Are people going to think this is stupid? Blah, blah, blah. So on and so forth. What if I fail? Okay. What if you become a fucking millionaire? Mm-hmm. You know, you've got to fucking just get the fuck over it, dude. At the end of the day, you either want it or you don't, right? You either do what the fuck it takes or you don't. But don't whine and bitch and complain about the results that you're not getting whenever you're not putting in any fucking work at all. Mm-hmm. Don't get mad and complain about being fat and overweight or being underweight or whatever the case may be, not having any muscle, not feeling good about yourself if you're not doing anything about it, mm-hmm. right? If you're going to accept that shit, just accept it. Mm-hmm. But I'm here to encourage you not to accept that shit. Fuck that. Real self-love mm-hmm. is not self-acceptance. And people have been putting that bullshit out for like the last 15 years. Real self-love is not self-acceptance. It's not. Self-love is self-evaluation. And putting work into yourself, understanding where you need work, not only in your body, but in your mind and in your heart. Where am I selfish? Where am I bitter? Where do I need to forgive people? Like, where in my heart do I need work? Where on my body do I need work? Why don't I feel good about my body? You got to earn that shit. You got to put in the fucking work, man. You got to earn the right to feel good about it. Self-evaluation and then doing something about it, right? So that's my answer to that, man. Like, you basically got to get the fuck over it and take the leap and don't wait to feel good to do it.
Yeah, and know that you can. I know for me, so many people would say, man, I wish I was disciplined like you. I wish I was disciplined with you. Even just last week, some lady asked me at church, she was like, man, I wish I can do that like you. I said, you come to church and you're disciplined, you could do the same thing at the gym. Yeah. And I said, could it be that same, so, you know, the Holy Spirit's inside of you, the same, like you taught me, what was inside of Jesus that made him rise from the dead, mm-hmm. that's in us. We have to awaken it. You. I told her that discipline, it's in you. It's the same thing. Yeah. You just have to awaken it. Know that you can. I told her, I said, the same way you brush your teeth every morning, mm-hmm. you're not questioning it. You go to the gym, you go do your workout the same way. Just treat it as that. I'm going to do it the same way you go to church, the same way you talk to God. Just do it.
But instead, what they do is make excuses. Yeah. Oh, I'm not like that. No, that's not who I am. I wish I was like that. It's like, no, dude, we weren't either. We weren't fucking like that either.
You're disciplined.
Yeah.
You know, you put on deodorant this morning. That I mean, that's all discipline. Technically, you know, you care. You
a very low level of discipline.
Yeah, very low discipline. Like, just think about it. You go to work, you do this, you do that.
You take care of your kids. You fucking you manage your bills to an extent. There's
switch your mindset a little bit.
Right.
Dude, I can.
Stop setting the standards so fucking low. Mm-hmm. Stop saying you can't, because you can. Mm-hmm. You can. Mm-hmm. But you keep feeding into the lie that you can't for certain reasons. Oh, well, my doctor said. Oh, well, I got knee problems. Oh, well, I got... Dude, it's all bullshit excuses. Yeah. They're all excuses. All of it. Mm-hmm. You know? So just...
You don't need the perfect gym shoes, the perfect gym fit. Or like me, I wish I can go back and not wait till I had to lose 80 pounds to reward myself to go to the gym. Right. That was one thing I had, you know, I was like, man, once I lose 80 pounds, then I'll get a gym membership, because then I'll look a lot better to even get into the gym. Yeah. You know, don't even wait for all that crap. Don't look at all these girls on Instagram and think you have to look like that first. Yeah, dude. Just go as you are.
A lot of these women on Instagram too, with big ass quads and huge shoulders and fucking looking all crazy and fucking six pack and all that shit. Or, you know, a lot of them are on steroids, mm-hmm. and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do fucking steroids, do steroids. I mean, weigh out the pros and cons, know what the fuck you're getting into. I don't down anybody who does steroids. That would be stupid because I do steroids. But and I don't down women who want to do steroids. I think that the bodybuilding industry and business, if that's what you want to call it, culture, maybe that's a better word. I think it's fucking great. There's also a price to pay for it. But you have to understand that a lot of these fucking women who look fucking crazy are on steroids. You can kind of tell, right? So it's not good to compare yourself to those people and like, oh, I'll never look like that, so I'm just not even gonna try. That's fucking lame, dude. It's fucking lame. Just fucking bite the bullet and jump in and start going. You never know where the fuck you're gonna end up. I never thought I didn't start this fucking fitness journey because I knew I was gonna own a gym one day and have this brand that's like fitness apparel and all this shit. I didn't fucking know that. But that's what came out of it. Just because I started keto in 2018. And now here we are. We own a gym. We're helping people. We're training people. We're doing this, this JYM Talk podcast. And it's fucking great. And we've helped out a lot of people along the way. It's been really cool. And if you are in the South Houston area and you need a fucking gym to go to with cool ass people, come to the gym at 13 Spencer Highway. If you need more information, you want to call and ask about, quotes and prices and all that stuff, you call 832-767-2954. We are here every fucking day, right? Except Sundays because that's our family day and our church day, our Jesus day. But there's going to be a lot more gym talks coming. Thank you, baby, for leading the way with the questions. And thank you guys for sticking around. That's going to be all there is for today. Next up, we're going to be either doing a Q&A or Joe versus the internet. All right. But thank you for tuning in to our first JOEKING Podcast JYM Talk episode. All right. We will see you soon. And as always, keep it fucking G. 1, 2,